Welcome to the Nowra.org.au podcast. I'm your host, Barron Hanson, and we are recording live at Triple U Studios in Nowra CBD. What is the Nowra.org.au podcast? It is a series and collection of stories of the people and characters who make up the fabric of this town of Nowra. We have Ayush and Manisha Chopra. They're the founders of Two Brown Men in Nowra. They opened their modern Australian and Indian cuisine restaurant in 2022. After cooking around Australia, they brought bold traditional Indian flavours to meet Australian food in delicious fusion to Kinghorne Street, helping to energise the CBD's nighttime scene. They moved to their current location in 2024, and in 2023 they were recognised as local food heroes. They were also finalists in the Shoalhaven Business Awards. Their dishes blend global tastes and adding a new energy to Nowra's dining culture. Welcome, guys. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Barron. Thank you.
Thank you, Barron.
Nice to have you here. So we start out this podcast with the same question to everybody. What is, and I'd like to hear from both of you, what's the most underrated thing about Nowra that people always get wrong?
Do you want to go first?
No, you go first.
Okay. Well, one of the most underrated things about Nowra is how much natural beauty and lifestyle value it offers, beyond just a highway town stereotype. To be very honest, that's my opinion. And a lot of people pass through on their way to Jervis Bay and South Coast, and they mostly assume Nowra is just a service stop. But what they get wrong is actually it's the gateway to some of the most incredible outdoor experiences in regional New South Wales. You've got stunning cliff and bushwalks around Shoalhaven River, pristine beaches within minutes, wineries, farmlands that give the whole area a relaxed and a scenic feel. Another underrated thing I would say is the community. The Nowra often gets unfairly judged based on old reputation. But there's a strong local culture, growing food scene, creative small businesses, and slower a pace of life that many people actively move there for. And I am one of them. In short, people think it's just a stopover, but it's actually the heart of Shoalhaven.
Beautiful.
I totally agree with him. Like it's just people keep thinking it's a stopover, but it is not. Nowra is more beautiful, and I think Nowra has more to explore and more to see, what people yet don't know. And I think Nowra.org.au is what you're trying to do. And I think it's a good job.
Yeah, we're doing some good teamwork together.
Yeah.
What are your guys' earliest memories of this town, and how did you end up in Nowra?
My earliest memory of this town is 5 a.m. in the morning, standing on Kinghorne Street in front of Delhi on Kinghorne, looking at the beautiful Camberwara mountain when I moved all the way from Sydney. In COVID, I actually lost my job, so I was looking for places for jobs and stuff. I found one job in Batesman's Bay. I lived there for 2 weeks, but getting a property was like a rental was really hard back in the day. And then I was looking for more options, and I will not even joke, like there was a town called Nowra I've never even heard of in my life. So I went online on Seek, was looking for jobs around here, and then I ended up getting a job, and then we ended up moving to Nowra. So that's how we ended up in Nowra.
Yeah, right. What was the job?
I was working as a head chef at North Nowra Tavern back in the day for Marlowe Group of Hotels.
Yeah, right. Okay,
Yeah.
Northie Tav.
Yeah, Northie Tav.
Northie Tav is where you
Northie Tav.
landed.
Yeah.
And you guys were together, right, Matt?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. Travelling together.
Yep. She was working there in Swan Hill.
Yep.
That's where we were. It's a small little country town
Victoria.
on
Border
the Murray.
Yeah.
Border town on Victoria and New South Wales. So yeah, they were together, and then finally we found a rental in East Nowra because look, I was not really familiar with the area, and then we ended up living there for 2 weeks. And then I brought all my family along with my daughter. So that's how, I moved to Nowra.
Yeah, right. And then, so you landed in East Nowra, and then the Two Brown Men takeaway shop was
Yeah, well,
East
that's
Nowra
right.
shops.
Yes. The whole, basically, when I was working, the Northie Tav got sold. And then me and Manisha had a pretty good discussion about, because I've been doing this for a really long time in Australia. I worked for, different clubs, pubs, restaurants. So we always wanted to do something for ourselves. And then me and Manisha discussed, well, this is the right time. because when the pub got sold to someone else, and then we were, in the market looking for places. Like I said, when we were living in East Nowra, the market was, it had few shops available over there. And then we always used to, top up our groceries in Friendly Grocers in East Nowra. Yeah. We used to go and have a Chinese takeaway, sometimes sushi from there. So yeah, that was the main thing which sort of, motivated me. And I was like, well, there is one thing which is missing around that part of the town, and I was like, maybe it might do well. So that's why we ended up in East Nowra starting our small little takeaway.
Beautiful, I love that. And so since you've arrived in Nowra, have you noticed anything that's changed over the time you've been here?
Yeah. I mean, Nowra has developed rapidly, because I still remember when we moved to the town, there were highway works going on all the way up to from Bomaderry to Berry, and the old bridge is now closed. They have made a new bridge, so which is more, it's like rapid development, I would say. There were more housing estates now, upgraded facilities, which were not back in the day, or maybe I was not aware of. And new businesses are opening up, so it's sort of, feels like home to me now.
When we came in, there was only one Indian restaurant. Now we have three. In the same line.
Tripled on the same street.
Yeah.
I think it's good. I think I once read in business, the best place to open a pizza shop is next door to a pizza shop. But I think also that's great. It's good competition, but also having variety. But
variety.
I mean, something must be working.
Yes,
that's right.
That's
on one street.
Yes, yes.
So I want to talk about Two Brown Men. It's a bit of a provocative name, Two Brown Men. I often direct people here because often people will come and do meditation stuff with me, and they'll be staying in town, usually at Quest. And so I say, check out Two Brown Men, and they raise their eyebrows a bit, like I was saying something like racist. But I'm like, no, that's the name of the restaurant. But tell us about that name.
There is actually a very funny story behind it because. Like I said, I worked around a lot of pubs, bistros and stuff. So when I was working at Northey Tav, one of our friends, there was another Indian guy who used to work with me. And, it was all, look, first of all, I never took it as like a racist remark or anything because it was more like a banter.
Yeah.
So when me and that other Indian bloke used to work together, sometimes one of our friends, I would say, who used to work at Northey Tav used to call us, hey, two brown boys, come here, and this and that and all that. So that sort of, two brown boys to two brown men sort of had a feel to it. So I was like, maybe why not we sort of, name our restaurant Two Brown Men, because it's one of those things which would stick with you forever. There's one thing which you would never forget is Two Brown Men. Yes. So
brown color is always there because he had his own. When we moved here, my daughter started going to preschool, then first daycare, then preschool and everywhere. So one day she came to us. We were discussing about this brown thing. And one day she came to me and said, Mama, why your skin is brown and not white like my other friends? I'm like, then we have to explain her, what's the difference between. So I would say that brown thing stays for us, and we are so proud of the color and everything.
Yeah. We were really proud where we come from, and we try to assimilate ourselves to the Australian culture, and I believe I've done well so far. So so that's how we got the name Two Brown Men.
Yeah, beautiful. It's great, and I have a personal story. So my teacher, he's a meditation teacher. He's spent many, many years in India, and he actually runs a retreat in Gerringong. But when he stays at Gerringong, he always orders the paneer burger from Two Brown Men. He loves it. And when we had him over for dinner, he insisted that we order Two Brown Men for everyone. But the paneer burger for him is like, he spent lots of time in India.
Yeah, again, look, that's the thing. We always wanted to, create something unique. We always thought about, butter chicken or paneer is pretty big in Indian cuisine. And then burgers and all that sort of stuff are pretty big all over Australia. So we were like, why not recreate something where, two cultures can meet together, blend in together, and, maybe create something well. So that's how our butter paneer burger and butter chicken burger was sort of created.
Butter chicken pizza.
Butter chicken pizza as well. And those sort of things, I'm not even joking, they are probably one of our best sellers on the menu. And a lot of people specially, come to our restaurant just to have those things because they can't find it anywhere else but at Two Brown Men.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And that makes sense now, hearing your experience working in pubs and clubs, because like you're making a lot of pretty standard, like those club menus are pretty similar across Australia.
Yeah.
And so you've had a lot of experience in creating those like stalwarts of Australian culture
Yes.
and club culture, and then to be able to go and add your Indian flavour into that, and Indian fusion is really awesome. So what is the most popular dish on the menu?
Ooh.
Has to be butter chicken.
Yes, butter chicken is quite popular. Butter chicken burger is look, I have quite a few to name, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's not one dish which I can pick out of the lot. Our cream chicken is probably one of the very favorites as well.
Yeah.
So people, those who have come to the restaurant, and then those who know me, those who have been dining with us for a while now, they always come and ask me for recommendation and stuff. And that's one thing which I have recommended, and it has done exceptionally well. Like I have got like 100% feedback from them. Like, okay, wow, this is so good. I'll tell you a little story. The commanding officer at HAMS Albatross, Mr. Paul Hennigan, Captain Paul Hennigan.
He's going to be on the podcast.
Yes, so you should ask him about cream chicken though, then, because when he comes and dine in, he always have his usual order and stuff. Okay. And then one day I was like,
He
Paul,
insisted him to change.
I was like, why you don't want to try something different this time? And he was a little bit hesitant at first, like anybody would be. But then he tried cream chicken, and now he's stuck to cream chicken. So whenever he comes
every
in,
time he comes in, there is cream
there
chicken.
is cream chicken on his
So now
on
he's
his
stuck to
order.
cream
Yeah.
chicken.
So I would say most popular would be butter chicken and butter chicken burger. But cream chicken, in my opinion, is right up there.
Okay, awesome. What
Crowd favorite butter chicken.
Yeah.
Chef and chef's daughter favorite is cream chicken.
Okay. That's awesome. What piece of advice would you give to someone starting a restaurant in Nowra today?
Okay. If you're starting a restaurant in Nowra today, my advice would be to do a lot of research. You should know what your community wants. First, go talk to the community, and then I would say listen to them, because people have like different tastes, different expectations, and things like that. And then be flexible. Like, don't go just one way, because I have learned this a hard way, where we wanted to do something, but then what I thought would work really, really well, but it didn't. Because look, it doesn't really matter how good you think you are. If the people are not coming through the doors and they're not spending money and they don't like your food, like, you would not succeed. So I would say do your research, know the community, talk to people, get their feedback on board, whether it's a constructive criticism or if someone is even being a little bit harsh as well. Take it on the chin and, just try and improve yourself. But the first thing would be, I would say, do a lot of research and, do like a bit of check in the community.
Yeah. I think that comes back to your experience of working in pubs and clubs and Northie Tab. That's research, right?
Yeah.
Every night you're hearing feedback, you're hearing from the floor, you're actually engaging with the community and seeing what people are ordering and
exactly
how
right.
it changes over each day.
I mean, you have to.
Yeah,
you have to. There is no shortcuts in running a successful business. And then hospitality is a bit of a full-on job where you hardly get time off. And then one of those things is, like, I would say, communication with customers, making a good sort of relation with them. So that's probably the first step you would start. And then, of course, I mean, experience, of course, helps. Like, go work in cafes, work in restaurants, gain as much experience as you could, work in different cuisines, because there are so many different things, you could do when you work in those sort of different places. You always gain all this experience, and then, I would say, so that was probably one of those things I would recommend somebody doing.
Yeah, and it's great, man, like, just thinking about that research piece, and I think any time in business that you can have more information, it's going to be better outcome. And I think I do see that sometimes people jump headfirst because they get a really good idea and they go straight into it, and then they get to the nuts and bolts, like, oh my god, where do I go from here?
Yeah. Well, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah.
When we started, it was not, we only know, like he only know about cooking, and I was like barely into his profession. And when we started, we learned so many things in a harder way, I would say.
Yeah.
Setting up a restaurant, what is licensing, why the council comes and check, what do they check, we need the refrigerator, we need the shelf, and oh my god, so many things.
There are
First
so
couple
many
of
standards,
months
so many regulations which you have to follow.
Yeah.
Because when you work for someone, you know, you sort of work into a kitchen where it's already pre-made, everything's been taken care of, and then, yeah. So you think you know a lot of things, but actually you don't.
You don't know.
Yeah.
Advertising is not simple. To get people into the restaurant is also a very, very big thing.
It's a big thing, and to be honest, like I've been in Nowra for like 3.5, 4 years now,
We still hear
and
so
then
many
we
people.
still hear so many people saying that, oh, I never heard about you. I didn't know you guys were there. So
Yeah.
so you know, like these daily sort of challenges which you face on a day-to-day life. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that's another thing I've noticed in business is that, and this was Steve Jobs said this, is like a lot of overnight success didn't happen overnight.
No.
Yeah.
And you might go to a restaurant and you see it's busy and it's full, and you're like, actually, that was 10 years of working in pubs and clubs, and then 2 years of the takeaway business to then get to a night when they came in, and it happened to be a night when there was no seats left. I think often people will look at the night of the big success and go, oh, I could do this, but it's like it takes time.
It takes time, it takes a lot of hard work, and to be honest, when everyone is having fun, I'm the one working in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So you got to have that mindset too, you know, like of course I like to, you know, spend a lot more time with my family, what I'm doing right now, but you got to understand that thing, like hospitality it is a tough trade.
Yeah.
You know, you will be working long hours. You would be missing birthdays. You would be missing, you know, weekends with your
Christmas.
friends. You would be missing Christmases,
Easter,
and all that sort of things.
parent-teacher
But-
meeting, everything.
Yeah.
So those things, But now, sort of, you know, I'm at peace with that sort of thing because this is the only thing I know, and sort of, you know, but now sometimes here and there I do sort of, you know,
he comes
sneak out of the
makes
kitchen whenever I have time.
Yeah.
But yeah, those sort of things, hospitality is hard.
Yeah, and I think part of what we want to create at nowra.org.au is when new businesses do want to start, we want them to come to us and we want to help, you know?
Yeah.
And so, like, introducing other people, maybe who want to start a restaurant and saying, hey, like, why don't you guys talk to these guys? Or, you know, we've had these experiences and the licensing and things like that. How can we help each other? And I think that's what we're really trying to do is bring lots of different businesses together so we can all get better, because if you guys flourish, everybody flourishes. And
Yes.
Well, that's right.
Absolutely.
That's right. I was actually talking to Shoalhaven Business Chamber President John the other day at the annual dinner, and he just casually mentioned about some mentoring program they are about to start. And I was very keen, and I was like, yes, why not? Because there is still a lot of, you know, tips and tricks which I don't know of, which I could, you know, learn from all these amazing and successful businesses in the Shoalhaven for the last probably 50 years. So I would definitely jump on that. So that's one of the other things I would like to add on. Would be, you know, try and look for a good mentor. He can help you in so many ways you can't even imagine. So
So you
that's
never
one
stop
thing.
learning, whether you are in the kitchen, whether you're in the admin, accounting field, advertising field, or mentoring field as a manager or something. You keep learning. And
There's always-
with
There's always
Nowra
something new to learn every day. Yes.
At this launch, I also realized with the Nowra.org, he met so many people. He was so happy that he made so many contacts with so many different things. So I think it's a very good initiative.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. And look, to be honest, Nowra needs it. Yes.
Yes. Has there been a moment in Nowra that has left a lasting positive impression for you guys?
Yes, I would like Manisha to contribute to that.
It's one of the most lasting positive impression we have in Nowra is how supportive and warm this community has been. As a first business, like when we opened this business, it was our first time. Like we have never opened a business before, and especially during a COVID time, it was really challenging. We faced a lot of uncertainty, but you know, we were very shocked, very overwhelmed, I should say, when we won the Shoalhaven Local Favorite Award. And then after that, you know, we were nominated in the Shoalhaven Business Chambers as well. So it was a very, very, very big thing for us. Very a courage, like it was so much like felt immense courage and reminded us to stand tall even during the hardest time, even the winter, like when the winters came in, we were so disappointed, business was slowed down, but even during that time, getting this nomination and getting this award and people coming up and saying that, you know, hey guys, your food is really good. So yeah, Nowra has been really, really helpful. Yeah.
Yeah, and then where she left, I would like to continue. Like there was a time when, you know, when we moved from East Nowra to our current location, which is on Kinghorne Street. When we first opened up, business was busy. Like we were packed, and I was like, oh my God, I'm the best, you know. And then came winter. And then, you know, like winter is usually quiet. Like people don't want to go out and it gets dark a bit early and stuff like that. So, yeah, I was sort of, you know, losing a lot of hope. And I started doubting myself. I was like, oh my God, I think people are not liking my food because nobody's coming through. And I started doubting myself. Maybe I forgot to cook something. Maybe I forgot to put something in my food. Maybe that's why. And, you know, I was so let down. But then again, the community, the people, those who've been regular diners, they sort of, you know, came in and they sort of reassured me like, look, Ayush, whatever you're doing you're doing it right. It's just that time of the trade where, you know, sort of things slowed down a bit. And so that sort of, you know, community involvement has always been so good for me. Like Manisha mentioned, I never thought about opening up a business, let alone, you know, being nominated as finalist in Shoalhaven Business Chamber Award. And the awards and the chamber, which I never even heard of probably a year and a half ago. Rajarshi Ray from Silos Estate. Because look, we wanted to keep things local when we opened up our restaurant. That's why most of our suppliers are local. Our meat come from a local supplier. We wanted to get a local winery on board, so Silos Estate was one of them. We were buying all our alcohol from a local business called Bombadary Cellars. Our groceries come from V&C, and then there's one in Albion Park. So we wanted to keep things local. So when I went to the winery, that was my first time, you know, actually going to a winery to talk about wines and stuff. And then there I met Raj. And Raj, you know, he was so helpful in so many ways. He goes like, all right, bring in your menu. Let me see, let me go through it. Let me work out what wine sort of, you know, goes well with your food. And then I wanted to have certain wine. And he goes like, okay, you can have this one, totally up to you, but this might not work well with the kind of food you're doing. So his involvement was there. And
I
then
hear this a lot.
And then he just casually mentioned to me, he was like, why are you not entering Shoalhaven Business Chamber Awards? And I was like, what's that? I've never even heard of it.
We Googled it. When we came, as soon as we came home, we Googled everything. What is this awards?
So yeah, from there on, you know, I sort of jumped online. We entered the awards and then we got nominated. From there on, I met so many people that include Crystal, Ali, John. I met Gemma, those sort of people. Those who have always been, you know, helpful. If I had any issues or anything, I think I don't have to hesitate. I can, you know, always go and, you know, ask for the help. So that's probably one of the lasting impressions which Nowra has left on me is like the community. There are people, those who are there to help. So if you need anything, if you like you mentioned as well, whether it's licensing or anything else, you just go and ask, and then there are people there to help. So yeah, it's a great little community we have.
Yeah, and I think that is a big part of what we're trying to create at nowra.org.au is that welcoming environment, but also having practical advice as well, and yeah, those kind of things. And the business awards are great. If you're a business out there and you haven't entered, or you're maybe a little bit nervous about entering, even the process of just going through it and the questions they ask and the interviews is good. It makes you think about your business in a different way.
Yeah.
Even if you don't win, you know, it's still a fun process to be involved with. And
that's right.
And if you do get a finalist or you get a win, you know, being able to share that in the community, put that up on the wall, adds a lot of legitimacy to what you're doing.
Yes, well, there is a finalist certificate hanging on our restaurant the moment you enter behind the bar.
Yeah. And I'm sure when people walk in there, that gives them a little bit of you know, more confidence in what they're ordering and knowing that, you know, you've
that's right. I mean, I have received congratulations from so many people, those who have never even known or never even heard of, you know, walking into the restaurant. They go like, hey, congratulations, you guys are the finalists. Yeah. Well done. And, you know, that sort of encouragement always helps.
It's really good, what they do,
Yeah. What do you hope Nowra feels like in 10 years?
Ooh, in 10 years. I hope Nowra would be a very well-developed town that will keep its heart for sure, like Shoalhaven River. I would really want to have, well, that's my personal opinion. What I want is, I really want to have like some sort of, promenade on the Shoalhaven River where you could have a few restaurants there, which would, provide some really dining options. Because coming from a hospitality background, that's one of the things I want. Of course, there would be, better infrastructure coming up in the future. Like there is Nowra Business Park spin up. There's so many, amazing warehouses there for, people to start up their business and take up lease and well. Yeah. And then I would say at the same time, I would hope there would be like more kid activities and community spaces where, families would feel supported. Maybe another school, maybe for the growing population. And then, and then, like new businesses popping up and, like a tightly knit community, helping each other in time of need. So that's what I hope of Nowra.
Would you guys open a Two Brown Men on the riverfront if there was a possibility?
Oh, yes,
100%.
I'm not the one that grants that, but
yes, 100%. No, of course. I mean, yes.
We already have a name. If it's coming up, we will definitely do it.
We are actually manifesting it, so let's see.
Okay.
Let's see. Maybe one day.
All right, it'll be next door to my meditation studio.
Done deal.
We can go hand in hand.
Yes.
And I think that is really exciting. I think that I'm sure you guys have seen some of the projections or some of the river precinct.
Yes.
You've seen some of the, and I think that will really open up the Nowra waterfront and then flow into the CBD.
Yeah, well, that's right. Yes.
I think it's an exciting time to be at the forefront and being established, right? Being already on the ground and. When those opportunities do arise, I'm sure you'll be some of the first to know.
Yes. No, thank you. Really appreciate. Yes.
So, who is one person you'd love to hear from Nowra on this podcast?
Without any doubt.
Without any doubt, that would be Raj from Silos Estate. Yes.
He was also a migrant, so coming from a migrant point of view, I would say yes, we would love to hear his story. And he is a very good man. Like, he's been so helpful in every single thing. You go every time, I think we learn something or the other thing.
Yes, we have learned a lot from him, and then he's always helpful. He always has a smile on his face. And then, he would help you to the best of his abilities if you have any sort of, questions regarding the trade or this or that. So I sort of, share like a relationship with him where, I could not only talk about wines and food, I could talk in general as well. So he would be one of the person which I would love to listen about his journey, how he started, and then, how he's got into winery. And then Silos Estate is one of the most, I would say, one of the most awarded wineries of regional New South Wales. So I would love to hear
and
him.
He's also been a big supporter of the business chamber and supporting local business and as you said, mentoring you, but also giving back. And I think when you reach that point where you're quite successful in business, the next thing is to give back, and those kind of people actually create community. And we'll put him down for season 2. So, any asks of the people of Nowra?
Ooh, if I could ask anything, it would be, just keep supporting each other, help local businesses, buy local, shop local. That way, you sort of keep the money into the community and, you make everyone happy.
Eat local.
Eat local, of course, yes, and drink local too. There's so many beautiful wineries around our region. A bit of encouragement, of course, makes a real difference and help our town thrives. I would also encourage everyone to embrace the growth and changes happening here because, sometimes I would see, some people opposing to ideas and stuff like that. But by saying that, yes, there should be, people should embrace for the growth. Explore local events, for sure. Enjoy the outdoors. Continue building the strong sense of community that makes Nowra special. And like that, we are in association with the Shoalhaven Business Chamber are holding a cricket match on the 22nd of March, which is happening in the Hayden Drexel Oval and the Warragee Sporting Club. The event's going to start at 11 a.m. with coin toss being done by CEO Captain Paul Hannigan at 12 o'clock. There would be entertainment, there would be food available, there would be dance. So, we would like to invite the whole community to be there and, support the event. And first, too many of these events would be happening around Shoalhaven. So, that's one of the things. Yes.
I hear rumours that you are quite a good cricketer back in the day.
I would like to interrupt here. He's a good cricketer. He's a good singer. He's a good dancer. He's a very good chef. He's he's the best father in this world. No comments on being a husband, but yeah, he's good with so many things.
Yeah, I used to play cricket back in the day, and look, coming from subcontinent India, there is only one sport a lot of people follow, and that's cricket.
Yeah.
I've been watching cricket till late at nights these days. There's a T20 World Cup going on. Yeah, I used to play decent cricket back in the day. Yeah, so I haven't played cricket in the last 8 years. The last game, the last game I played was for in the Murray Mallee Cricket Association in Northern Victoria. That was 8 years ago. So yeah, I am very excited to be part of this event and maybe, get a hit. Maybe I'm not too sure whether I'm going to do well or not, but yes, I'm very keen and very excited.
I feel like this is a setup for a quick 100. That's great, and it's for Harmony Day, right?
That's for Harmony Day. Yes,
yeah.
We wanted to create an event. Like I said, cricket and food are the two, I would say, two of the major important things which sort of connects our culture, India and Australia, because India being a good cricket team and Australia being a great cricket team in the past, dominated the world for God knows forever.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted Ricky Ponting to get out cheaply back in the day, but that never happened. We always wanted to create something where both the communities can sort of come together. It's not only about Indian communities, it's more about subcontinental South Asian community, whether it's people from Sri Lanka or from Bangladesh, from Pakistan,
Korea,
even from
Fiji,
Nepal.
wherever.
And then we got in touch with Crystal, and then we wanted to have this event, and everything is working really well. We have got most of the things ticked. So we are looking for a great day for the community on the 22nd of March at 11 a.m. in Warraji Sporting Club.
Awesome. Well, that's a nice plug. This probably is going to come out a little bit after, but we're going to promote it from nowra.org, and we hope that this becomes an annual event.
Event, yes.
So
that's
keep
what
an
we
eye
want.
out
Yes,
for it,
100%,
and if you're into cricket and you're hearing this after the fact or in 10 years' time when this podcast is still around,
I'm sure it will be.
Hope the Harmony Day Cricket T20 is a strong event for the Nowra region.
Yes, we hope so too.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Well, now, anything else you wanted to add before we?
No, I think that's it pretty much. Yeah. Really, really happy, really thankful to you for inviting us. Very helpful to nowra.org.au and the Shoalhaven Business Chamber as well for creating this, and where people can come and tell their stories and get involved in community. So thank you, really grateful to be here.
Yep.
Likewise, thank you guys for showing up and bringing your Indian Australian fusion. It's awesome.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to the Nowra.org.au podcast. I'm your host, Barron Hanson. We're recording in Triple U Studios in Nowra CBD. It's a community radio station. Our producer here is Paul Murphy. Nowra.org.au is funded by the New South Wales Government Uptown Accelerator Program. If you'd like more information, visit nowra.org.au or follow us on socials, subscribe to the mailing list. See you next time.